Alright, so you are about to spend over $1,000 on a tablet and you need to know which one actually deserves your money. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra and the Apple iPad Pro M5 are the two best tablets on the planet right now. I compared every single feature side by side so you do not have to. Some of this genuinely surprised me. Let's get into it. Display. The Tab S11 Ultra has a massive 14.6-inch dynamic AMOLED display with a 16:10 aspect ratio. Resolution is 2960 by 1848 pixels. Colors are vibrant, blacks are deep, and the anti-reflective coating comes built in at no extra cost. For watching movies and multitasking, this screen is unmatched. It literally feels like holding a small TV in your hands. Display. The iPad Pro M5 comes in 11-inch and 13-inch sizes. It uses Ultra Retina XDR OLED technology with incredible color accuracy. Apple offers an optional nano texture coating to reduce glare, but that costs extra. The 4:3 aspect ratio is better for portrait mode, work, and drawing. If you need precise color reproduction for professional creative work, this display is hard to beat. But Samsung gives you a bigger screen for less money. Do you guys prefer a bigger widescreen display or the classic iPad ratio? I want to know. Design and build. The Tab S11 Ultra is just 5.1 millimeters thin and weighs 692 grams. It is made from premium aluminum and feels solid in your hands. But here is the big one, IP68 water and dust resistance. You can accidentally spill water on this tablet and it survives. Very few tablets offer this level of protection. Design and build. The iPad Pro M5 at 13 inches is also 5.1 millimeters thin, but lighter at 579 grams. The build quality is classic, Apple sleek, premium, beautiful, but there is no water resistance at all. One spill and you are in trouble. For a tablet that costs more than the Samsung No IP68 is a real miss. I ain't gonna lie, that surprised me. Samsung wins the durability game here. But weight-wise, Apple has the edge. Performance. The Tab S11 Ultra runs the MediaTek Dimensity 9400 Plus processor with 12 gigs of RAM. It handles multitasking, streaming, gaming, and productivity without breaking a sweat. Geekbench single-core score sits around 2,811 and multi-core around 9,126. For everyday use, this tablet is fast and smooth. Samsung DeX Mode turns it into a full desktop experience, which is something no iPad can do. Performance. The iPad Pro M5 runs Apple's M5 chip, and this is where things get serious. Geekbench single-core score is 4,155 and multi-core hits 16517. That is almost twice as fast as the Samsung in raw benchmarks. This is desktop-level power in a tablet. If you do heavy video editing, 3D rendering, or run professional apps like Final Cut Pro or Procreate, the iPad Pro destroys everything else on the market. Real talk, no Android tablet comes close to this chip right now. But do most people actually need that much power? That is the real question. Software. The Tab S11 Ultra runs Android 16 with One UI 8. You get split-screen multitasking, floating windows, Samsung DeX for desktop mode, and full file management freedom. You can sideload apps, use default app settings however you want, and customize everything. Galaxy AI features include Note Assist for summarizing, Drawing Assist for turning sketches into art, and Circle to search. The flexibility here is unmatched. Software. The iPad Pro runs iPadOS with Stage Manager for windowed multitasking. The app ecosystem is stronger. Apps like Procreate, DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, and Logic Pro are iPad exclusive. If you are a creative professional, the software advantage is real, but iPadOS is still more restrictive than Android when it comes to customization and file management. Straight up, if you want pro apps, Apple wins. If you want freedom and flexibility, Samsung wins. What matters more to you? S Pen Tab S11 Ultra. The S Pen comes included in the box at no extra cost. It has a new hexagonal cone-shaped design that feels natural when writing. It supports pressure sensitivity and tilt detection. For note-taking and casual drawing, it gets the job done perfectly. You do not have to spend a single extra dollar. S Pen iPad Pro M5. The Apple Pencil Pro is sold separately for $129, but I ain't gonna lie, it is the better stylus. It has haptic feedback, squeeze gestures, barrel roll for rotating brush tips, and hover detection before it touches the screen. For professional artists and designers, the Apple Pencil is on another level. But paying extra for it when Samsung includes theirs for free? That stings. Keyboard. Samsung's book cover keyboard costs $209. It adds a keyboard and kickstand, but here's the problem: no trackpad. In 2026, at this price point, that is a serious omission. You have to use the touchscreen or S Pen for cursor control. Samsung needs to fix this. Keyboard. Apple's Magic Keyboard costs $349 more expensive, but it includes a full trackpad, backlit keys, and a floating design. The typing experience is genuinely laptop level. If you plan to use your tablet as a laptop replacement, the iPad Pro with Magic Keyboard is the better setup. But $349 for a keyboard is painful. Nah, because at that point, you are paying almost $1,800 total for the iPad Pro setup. Let that sink in. Storage. The Tab S11 Ultra comes in 256 gig, 512 gig, and 1 terabyte options. But here's the key: it has a microSD card slot that supports up to 2 terabytes. You can expand your storage yourself for a few dollars instead of paying Samsung hundreds more for a bigger model. This is huge. Storage. The iPad Pro comes in 256 gig, 512 gig, 1 terabyte, and 2 terabyte options. But there is no microSD slot. If you want more storage, you pay Apple's premium prices at checkout. The jump from 256 to 2 terabytes costs hundreds of extra dollars with no alternative. Samsung gives you the freedom to expand, Apple does not. Have you guys ever run out of storage on a tablet? Drop it in the comments. Battery. The Tab S11 Ultra packs in 11600 mAh battery with 45-watt fast charging. Samsung claims up to 16 hours of video playback. In real use, you are getting a solid full day easily. The bigger battery combined with faster charging gives Samsung a clear edge here. Battery. The iPad Pro M5 has a smaller battery and charges slower than the Samsung. Apple does not officially share battery capacity numbers, but real-world tests show it lasts about 10 to 12 hours depending on use. It is good, but the Tab S11 Ultra lasts longer and charges faster. Period. Cameras. Dual rear cameras, 13-megapixel main and 8-megapixel ultra-wide. Dual front cameras, 12-megapixel wide and 12-megapixel ultra-wide. The front camera setup is great for video calls, and Samsung's auto framing keeps you centered during meetings. Cameras. 12-megapixel rear camera with LiDAR scanner for augmented reality. 12-megapixel front camera with center stage. The LiDAR scanner is unique, no Android tablet has this. If you use AR apps or 3D scanning, the iPad Pro is the only choice. For regular video calls, both tablets are excellent. Speakers. Quad speakers tuned by AKG with Dolby Atmos support. The sound is loud, clear, and surprisingly rich for a tablet. Whether you are watching movies or on a video call, the audio fills the room. Samsung did not cut any corners here. Speakers. 4-speaker system with spatial audio support. Apple speakers have always been some of the best on any tablet, and the M5 is no different. Sound quality is excellent with great stereo separation. Honestly, both tablets sound amazing. This one is a tie. I see you both well done. Connectivity. Wi-Fi 7 support, Bluetooth 5.3, USB 3.2, and optional 5G. The USB port supports Samsung DeX, which means you can connect it to a monitor and use it as a full desktop. That is a game changer for productivity. You also get a 3.5mm headphone jack adapter through USB-C. Connectivity. iPad Pro M5. Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.3, Thunderbolt USB 4, and optional 5G. The Thunderbolt port is faster than Samsung's USB 3.2, which matters for transferring large files and connecting external drives. If you work with large video files, the iPad Pro's faster port makes a real difference. But Samsung's DeX mode gives you something Apple simply does not offer: AI features. Galaxy AI is built into every corner of this tablet. Note Assist summarizes and translates your handwritten notes. Drawing Assist turns rough sketches into polished artwork. Circle to Search lets you search anything on screen by drawing a circle around it. Live Translate works in real time during calls. Samsung is putting AI everywhere and it actually works. Do you guys use AI features on your tablet or do you just ignore them? I am curious. AI features. Apple Intelligence powers the iPad Pro with writing tools, image generation, smart summaries, and Siri upgrades. But Apple's AI rollout has been slower than Samsung's, and some features are still limited by region and language. Samsung had a head start with Galaxy AI and right now offers more AI tools out of the box. Apple will catch up eventually, but today, Samsung has the edge in AI. Price tab: S11 Ultra starts at $1,199 for 256 gigs. The 1TB model tops out at $1,619. Add the keyboard for $209, and S Pen is included free. Total cost for a fully loaded setup is around $1,408 to $1,828. Price iPad Pro M5. The 13-inch starts at $1,399 for 256 gigs. The 2TB model goes up to $2,299. Add the Magic Keyboard for $349 and Apple Pencil Pro for $129. A fully loaded setup can cost you over $2,700. Samsung gives you more screen, more battery, expandable storage, IP68 water resistance, and an included stylus for hundreds less than Apple. Would you guys pay the Apple Premium or save with Samsung? Be honest with me. That was the Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra versus the Apple iPad Pro M5, the ultimate tablet showdown. Both are incredible machines, but they are built for different people. If you want raw power and pro apps, iPad Pro. If you want value, flexibility, and a bigger screen, Tab S11 Ultra. If you'd like to view the products, you can find the links in the description. Smash that like button and subscribe to Premium Tech so you do not miss the deep dives coming next. Which one would you pick? Tell me in the comments. Thank you for watching. Peace.